going to do a poppy and try and capture the sunlight coming through it. I'm just going to do a test on the colours first of all, and indeed the colour mixing process. So it's very much tickling the colours on. That's cadmium red, quite strong. This is wet. That's Opera Rose. And then New Gamboge. And let the water do the talking. Clean test brush. Do we like that? Yes. We do. Right. Oh, this is dry. So I'm wetting that top edge in the way that the petal grows. So if I leave any white bits, they're going in the right direction. Not sopping, just damp. Right, strongest colour first, which is cadmium red. It will only go where it's wet. Thicken the mix up a bit, i.e. more pigment and less water on the brush. Mild stick if you're a bit wobbly. This is dry edge in there, so I can retain that. That's strong enough, no it's not. A bit more pigment. Just wet these little bits and take it. And cadmium colours don't gallop, so they don't run too quickly. This is New Gamboge. Unlike the more transparent colours, which do travel quite quickly in the water. Bit of water, help it along a bit. Don't go outside your boundaries just yet, because that's our control. Remember, it'll only go where it's wet. Tidy that edge up a little bit. Change of colour. Opera Rose. Opera Rose has got a bit more legs because it's transparent, but it's also cooler than cadmium red. Cooler in tone, that is. Changing back to cadmium red. Right, this one's on top. It's feeling the sunlight here. Again, we're not painting a botanical study, just hopefully a joyous representation. Purposely leaving that bit in there because I want that to go behind. Water. Now this underside edge. This is dry-ish. And this comes forward, so I'm painting it forward. Change to Opera Rose, which remember is cool. Sunlight change again. So a bit of sun, which is New Gamboge. That's not quite done where I expected it to, but that's the beauty of watercolour. Right, now while that's drying, let's turn our attention to this stem. Just one stroke to wet it. I'm going to use Prussian. Unusual colour, you can hear you thinking for a stem, but it does work quite well with new gamboge. And add a bit of a colour of the red in as well. Just being a bit careful there because that's wet. Right, I want to lift this side a bit. Don't lick your brush, it's not recommended. Better. Right, we might just be able to get this middle in if we're really careful. To the Prussian again. Don't go adding any more sweeties in the box now. This has started to sit, so we can firm up this edge a bit. Not everywhere, just a bit of life. And put these sepals back in, either with some really dark paint, or we could put them in with white if we wanted to. I'm not keen on masking because it's quite intrusive. I'm just lifting this edge because it's sinking into that one, which, two choices, you could make that one darker, but I'm choosing to make this one lighter. Right, just to give some indication of background, I'm not going to do it all. Prussian, really dramatic. Remember, this is dry. This is still wet, the flower's still wet, so I'll be really careful now around the top edge. Careful-ish, anyway. Oh, I've got a brush mark there. A bit more pigment if that happens. That's grabbed the paper because I didn't wet it first. Off the paper. Right, some yellow. Most often asked question, bit of water, is how do I paint the background? Well, I tend to paint the whole thing all at once, and then you don't get a subject that's disjointed from its surroundings. Not easy, I know, but it does add for a fresher painting. Just tidy that edge up a bit. There's nothing on my brush except water at the moment. If you've gone over, that's where you can actually find your image again. Right, we want a bit more on here. I think just a little bit down this side, just to give us a bit of seeing the changes. Got a bit on that side, let's have a bit on, whoops, bit of a different colour there. And I quite like rhythms. There we go, and that's it. A very simple poppy.